Welcome to Retro Play, and I got a question for you guys today. Do you guys still play the PS2? Because I do. And today I'm going to show you the 4 games that I still play to this day, and I still enjoy it very much, just as I did back then. So with nothing else to say, let me show you what those 4 games are. Let's go. Game number 1, Call of Duty 2 Big Red 1, created by Treyarch, published by Activision. This game was absolutely amazing. I remember playing this game as a kid and I was just blown away by the opening scenes. Like, oh my gosh, like the PS2 can do this? It was like I was watching a movie. I mean, yeah, back then it felt like that, but nowadays if you go back and look at it, you're gonna be like, who cares? That's not impressive. But back then it was amazing. You can't, a 6-year-old kid playing that game, I was shocked. I was just like, what? And then I beat the game, and then I didn't know what's going on. All I cared about was the shooting. But then when I ran back and replay it, and I listened to the story, I listened to the characters' interaction, I listened to how they talk to each other, how the characters develop over time, and how you care about this character every mission as you go along with them, from France, from North Africa to French to like Belgium, I think, to all those different places in the war. As you progress towards the end of the war, you start to care about these characters, and when one of them gets killed, you just feel upset. You're like, oh my gosh, he's gone. And then as one of them pass away, the interactions between your squad changes a little bit, because as one of them died, like when one of them passed away, it changes the dynamic of the squad interaction. I mean, you don't interact with them, but the squad interacts with each other. You are a silent protagonist, but yeah, and it's just such an amazing game, and there's really nothing else I can say besides it's an amazing game. Next up is Black, created by Criterion Software and published by EA. Now, when I say this game took the PS2 to its limit, I really mean this game took the PS2 to its limit. This game proved to me that the PS2 can do some crazy stuff. Like, this game is all about explosions and shootings and destroying your enemy with the guns you have, the different types of guns. Like, you go through so many types of gun in this game, it's freaking crazy. Like, the guns in here, I have to say, is not realistic. So if you go playing this game thinking the gun is realistic, you are wrong. Don't think about that. Throw that out of your head. This game has no realistic gun physics whatsoever in this game. Don't think this is a realistic shooter. It's not. But what this game does is explosion over and over and over again. Every stage you go through, you can shoot a car and it explodes, shoot a bus and it explodes, shoot a tractor and it explodes, shoot whatever you want and it explodes. Man, not everything, but you know, stuff that's explodable explodes. Stuff that you think might explode explodes. That's how crazy this game is. And when playing this game, the storyline is a simple storyline. You are a Black Ops agent being interrogated about your mission. That's it. The simple version of the storyline. And yeah, you don't talk to anyone. You don't really talk to you don't even have a squad. Sometimes you have teammates, AI teammates, that help you through the mission, but they're not really a squad. You don't really interact with them. But the storyline is simple if you just watch the cutscene, but don't expect the gameplay to tell you about the storyline, because it's not. It's mostly the cutscenes that tell you about the storyline, but besides that, playing the game is just fun. It's fun because of the shooting, it's fun because of the explosion, it's fun because you get to use different types of gun, and it will work throughout the whole stage. A stage does not require you to use a certain gun the whole time. You can switch it up. Maybe play with a pistol this round, maybe play with a shotgun next round. You know, whatever you want. It doesn't restrict you. And the only thing I can say about this game is it pushed the PS2 to its limit, and it makes the PS2 go hot, really hot. And yeah, this is Black, man. I guess the best shooter on the PS2. Now, next up, we have, in my opinion, the best PS2 open world game, Vice City, Grand Theft Auto Vice City. Now, the reason I'm not saying San Andreas or GTA 3 or any other ones is because I specifically think this one is the best. Number one, it improved so much on Grand Theft Auto 3. I mean, Grand Theft Auto 3 blew us out of the water with its open worldness, but then Vice City just came along and just like made that experience even better. Like the motorcycles, the cars, the 80s themes. Oh my gosh, dude, the 80s theme, it's pretty. The Miami feeling of the 80s, the different games, and the whole vibe of the game. I think it's so unique. Like, don't get me wrong, San Andreas is great. Like, I play that game so much too, but then I just feel like every time I think about Grand Theft Auto, it just brings me back to Vice City. It's one of those things where you've played it and then you're like, oh my god, like, I wish they made another game like this because this time era is so freaking awesome and they're just doing it right. It's fun. I haven't seen any game that comes out that is in that era and it's actually this fun. And like the things you can do, it's a ramp up of GTA 3, but then with the different things, it's just so much things to do. The storyline, like, it has a lot of 80s like the movie reference. I think it has a lot of reference to movies that's during that time. Like, you have Scarface and other ones. So Scarface, the only one I know that's very big in this game, especially towards the end. Spoiler alert, even though it's been how many years now, but still, this I think this is GTA Vice City is the best GTA game in my opinion for the PS2 era, just because of how much they improve on the original formula. I mean, don't get me wrong, San Andreas improved so much on Vice City too, but then again, like I said, Vice City is just one of those games where when you think about Grand Theft Auto, you think about Vice City because it's just one of those things. It's just one of those things where it's like Vice City, it just pops up when you think about Grand Theft Auto. For me, I know I'm repeating myself, but honestly, I think Vice City is the best. And what else can I say besides this game is the best open world game on the PS2, no doubt about it. And lastly, we got Rise to Honor. I think this is one of the most unique fighting games ever created on the PS2. Because in this game, instead of pressing square, circle, or triangle, or X to do your moves, you're using the thumbstick to do your move, the analog stick. So that means there's no combo you have to remember. There's no double square, one triangle, X for you to remember. It's all about moving that thumbstick, like how you were playing an arcade game where you were just moving that thumbstick or analog stick, man, whatever. But the fighting is so unique because you're using the analog stick to fight, so you don't have to remember any moves, and all you have to do is block or grab, like as they're hitting you, you're blocking, you hit them back like a little sneak attack, but that's all you have to remember, and that's pretty much it. And then you just follow the storyline as it goes. The storyline is okay. It's not really strong. It's your typical Jet Li movie, storyline where someone gets kidnapped or you have to go rescue someone or go meet up with someone. It's your typical Jet Li movie storyline. But besides that, oh my gosh, I think this game is so unique. Although I wouldn't give it like a super good rating on this game, but then just the uniqueness of the game, it brings me back every time. Every time I play this game, it brings me back just because how interesting the controller system is. I mean, I think the only interesting thing about this game is the control and the fact that you're using the thumbstick to fight, man. I mean, I know I'm repeating myself, but then that's it. Like, that's the most unique thing about this game is the fighting, the way you fight. And I mean, there's some shooting segments in this game, but then it's not really unique because you're just pressing forward, aim, and shoot, and it auto aims for you. So there's basically you're not gonna be free aiming in this game. It auto aims for you, so the shooting in this game is not really that impressive, but it's just the fighting, the moves he does. It's actually how he moves in real life. I saw a behind the scenes or the making of this game, and everything he does in this game, he does with motion capture, and that's what makes it so amazing. You see his moves in the game, and then you go, oh, I remember that move. He did it in one of his movies, and it's just crazy. It's just crazy. He has so many moves that there's not enough on the button prompts to do all those moves, so you just have to use the thumbstick, hoping that you will create that move. But if you go into this game thinking that you have to remember a bunch of combos, then no, you don't have to. All you have to do is move the analog stick back and forth, and in the direction you want to attack your enemies. That's how you fight. You press the analog stick towards that direction, and the character automatically does his move for you. So it's very unique, and I think it's really fun. If you guys haven't tried it, I definitely recommend you guys try it because I know it's not really a famous game, but just throwing it out there, man, it's pretty fun. Anyways, that's my review or I guess you could say review of the 4 games that I still play to this day and I still enjoy it. I just want to say this is my opinion, and if you guys don't agree with me, just write it down in the comment section. Tell me why you don't agree with me. We don't have to be hostile about this. We're all gamers. We love this is our passion. We love gaming, and yeah, you don't agree with me, write it down. It's not like you have to hate me. Anyways, man, I've talked too much. So, anyways, peace out, and I'll see you guys next time.